In this video, we will see the how to interface the stepper motor and the buzzer by using LPC2148, which is a ARM7 processor board. Right. So first we will see the actual board. So this is the ARM7 LPC2148 board. So here this is the processor, ARM7 processor, which is containing port 0 and port 1 pins as the general purpose input output pins, right? And here the port 0 pins and port 1 pins here we can access by using this here. So these pins here, so port 0 0 pin, port 0 1 pin, so on up to port 0 31 pin. So these are the port 0 pins. So we can access the processor ports by connecting these pins here, right? Similarly, the processor port 1 pins are here, right? Port 1 16th pin, port 1 17 pin, so on up to port 1 31 pin. So that is, suppose I want to send any signal from processor to another device through these ports, so we can connect those devices to these pins here and here, right? And similarly we have LCD. It is 2 by 16 characters LCD, that is two lines we can see here in this display, and each line is of 16 characters. So here we have this one, and also we have three LEDs here, right? So you can interface these LEDs by this processor also, and I have two switches here to switch on and switch off, right? So we can interface this switches here by this processor here. So that is, let's consider here buzzer is there, that is sound is produced here, right? So we can interface now here. If you press this switch button here, the buzzer has to produce sound, right? If you switch off, then the buzzer does not produce any sound. So like that you can interface. So buzzer is inbuilt here. So like the switches are there, switch 1 switch 2 here, right? And LED 1 LED 2 and LED 3 LEDs are there here, right? So here UART ports are there here, right? So these are used to for serial communication, right, between processor and your actual CPU, right? So here two UARTs are there. So this is about the basic board here. And the one thing here is, so while dumping the program into the board, here we have this button here, so run, and here it is program. So if it is in program mode, then only you have to dump the program. After dumping the program, if you want to see the output, then switch this one to run mode, and then you have to see the output. So that is the program mode and run mode. So this button is important here, and also one button is there to switch on and off this one, right? So this is the power on off button. So this is the about the kit here, right? Now our intention is to how to control this buzzer by using this processor, right? So now I am going to use the switches here. If you press this switch 2, the buzzer has to produce sound. If you release this one, the buzzer has to stop the sound. So like that you have to how to interface this buzzer by using the switches with the LPC, I mean ARM7 processor. So that thing we will see. And also the stepper motor control. Here the stepper motor is not available in this board, so that's why you have to connect that stepper motor externally, right? So how to connect that one externally means, so here, so the stepper motor wires are going to be connected to these ports, so that we can send the stepper motor signal from ARM processor to the stepper motor by using these ports. Suppose the port 0 fifth pin I want to send to the stepper motor, means the stepper motor is connected to port 0 fifth pin. Now we can write the program for this port 0 fifth pin, right, by using the kill software, so that the processor can access the motor through the fifth pin by connecting here. So like that you can connect the motor to these pins here, right? So that is the basic idea here. So now we'll see the basic registers available for writing the program, that is to control the input output pins, and to control the input output on off, I mean high and low on that pins. So all those things. So IODIR is the first register we have, which is a 32-bit register. That is, so this register specifies the direction, right? That is, so from the processor we are going to send the signal as an output, or from the processor you are taking the input, right? So that is, suppose consider the stepper motor, right? The stepper motor is at outside of the board, right? So the processor has to interface with the stepper motor, means the processor has to send some signal to the stepper motor, right? So that is the processor pins, that is the port 0 port 1 pins of the processor. Now whatever connected to the stepper motor, those we are going to make as a output pins, right? Then only you can send a signal from processor to the motor. Processor pins as output pins, right? Suppose you want to take some information from outside to the processor, means you have to make inputs, right? So that is, if you store the IODIR register with all ones, right, then we are making the all the pins, right, as output pins. Output pin means you can send the signal from those ports to the output, that is from the processor to the output to the device, right? So here suppose I want to make the 0 port, right? So I want to write for the 0 port. So IODIR 0 indicates the 0 port, right? 0 port, total 32 pins. I'm writing 1 means here, IODIR 0 mean 1 means here, that register 1 means here, the port 0 32 pins, 0 from port 0 to port 31 pins are making as a output pins, right? Suppose I am writing zeros means those are making as a input pins. Like that you have to specify the direction first, right? So suppose you want to interface the buzzer or interface the motor means you have to send some signal from the processor to the output. So that's why the IODIR register must be stored with the all ones here, right? Those pins should be high. And the next means IO set pin. Suppose we want to pass high information to the pins, right? Then IO set register is used. Suppose you want to send low signal, that is 0 to the pins, right? We can use the IO clear here, right? So IO set 0 indicates, so 0 port. So 0 port we are setting the high, right? If IO set 0 is stored all ones here, then we are sending high to the respective pin. If the IO set contains all zeros, then we are not sending, I mean no effect is there, right? Right, so that is IO set 0 means the 0 port pins we are setting high. IO clear 0, if you write here 0th port, right, if IO clear 0 contains all ones, 32 ones here, the all pins of port 0 we are making as a low, right? So this is used to clear the pins, right, clear the pins output, right? So that is IODIR specifies the direction of the pins, and IO set makes the high on those pins, and IO clear makes low on those pins. That is the basic idea here, right? So to specify the output direction, you have to store the ones here to set high. For those pins, we have to store the ones in the register, and to set clear, that is 0, we have to set value here 1, so that if 1 is stored in the clear register, then those pin is going to be low, right? So that is the basic registers you can use. And now coming to the first one, interfacing the stepper motor. First we understand what is the stepper motor here. See, stepper motor here we are using the 4-phase winding stepper motor. So A, B, C, D, these are the 4 windings we have: A winding, B winding, C winding, and D winding, right? So first what we are doing, we are activating the A winding. How to activate the A winding means by sending some high signal to the A winding, right? So this is having total 4 wires. This is a stepper motor having 4 wires. First wire is connected to A winding, second wire is connected to B winding, third wire is connected to C winding, and fourth wire is connected to D winding, right? Now after some time, what we are doing, after some delay, what we are doing, we are deactivating this A and we are activating the B winding. So then what will happen is, now the motor is rotating like this, so move to this direction. Previously this direction is there, the motor is in this direction, right? So and after some time again we are deactivating the B and we are activating the C winding, means now the motor will rotate this direction, right? After some delay, what we are doing, we are deactivating this C and we are activating this this D. Then what will happen, the motor now rotates to this one. So that is, upon activating A, B, C, D continuously, the motor now is rotating in the clockwise direction, right? Suppose I want to move in anti-clockwise direction, means first I am activating D winding, and then I am deactivating this one, and then I am activating this C winding, and then I am deactivating this C winding, activating B winding here, right? So that is, now the motor is now rotating in the clockwise direction, right? So if we activate A, B, C, D step by step, then the motor will rotate in clockwise direction. If we activate first D and then C and then B and then A, the motor will rotate in the anti-clockwise direction, right? How to activate means, here A, B, C, D, how we are activating means, we are passing high information to that pin, and for the remaining pins we are passing 0 information, right? So that is for clockwise rotation, first activating the winding A and then deactivating the winding A, right, after some time delay. So after that one, activating winding B, right, after some time delay, deactivating B here, and then activating winding C, and then deactivating winding C, activating winding D, and deactivating winding D. So like this, right, we can continue, we can activate A, B, C, D, so that the clockwise rotation will happen. Suppose you want to rotate in anti-clockwise direction, that should be rotating. First we are activating the D and then C, B, A. So this is the actual process. So with this thing, we will see how to write the uh, .c file, right? So for that one here, so I'm activating A winding means for the A winding I have to pass high signal. For the remaining windings I have to pass zero signal, right? So this is high and remaining are low here, right? And next after some time delay, what you have to do, you have to activate, you have to deactivate this A and you have to activate the B here, right? So for that one I am making A as 0 from 1 to 0, I am deactivating, and then I am activating B by making B is equal to 1 here. The remainings are zeros here, right? And then after some delay, what we have to do, we have to activate the C winding, right? And we have to deactivate this B winding. So that's why I'm making B as 0 and C I'm making as a 1 here, right? After some time I have to make D as a 1 here. Why? Because I have to activate the D winding. So that is A, B, C, D we are going to activating, right? So the motor has to continuously rotating means you have to activate continuously this A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D with infinite times, right? So that's why we are making these statements, right, in an infinite loop, right? So now how to connect the this stepper motor to the processor, that is important now, right? So what I am doing is the port 0 fifth pin of the processor is connected to A winding, port 0 sixth pin of the processor is connected to B winding, port 0 seventh pin is connected to the C winding, and port 0 eighth pin is connected to the D winding. Suppose I want to activate A pin means the port 0 fifth pin I am making as a high, the remaining pins making as a low. Suppose I am activating B pin means, right, after some time delay I'm making port 0 sixth pin as 1 and the remaining pins as zeros. So by using that one, we are going to activate the signal, activate the stepper motor, right? Right. So that is, we'll see here how to interface this one. So this is LPC2148 processor or board, right? The port 0 fifth pin is connected to the A winding, and port 0 sixth pin is connected to the B winding, and port 0 seventh pin is connected to the C winding, and port 0 eighth pin is connected to the D winding, right? Here, now observe here, see IO set 0 is nothing but here 0 indicates the port 0, right? So port 0 in the IO set register, what we are storing here, 0x indicates hexadecimal. So here total 8 in hexadecimals are there. So here to represent one F, we require 4 ones, right? All ones indicates F, all ones in binary indicates the F in hexadecimal, right? So that is for each F it is indicating 4 for hexadecimal. So that's why 4 is the 32 ones. Here total 32 bits we are storing in the IO set register, right? But here the thing here is this F indicates 4 pins, right? Right, port 0 to port 4. Now the port fifth pin is, see here 1 indicates in binary 00001. So this one is hexadecimal, right? So here this is the fifth pin, this is the sixth pin, this is the seventh pin, this is the eighth pin actually, right? So why? Because this F covers port 0 to port 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8th pin, right? Right. Now from by seeing here, what we have done here is the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth among port 5, among port 0, fifth pin, sixth pin, seventh pin, and eighth pin. The fifth pin is making as 1 means the fifth pin is connected to the A means here A winding is activated in this case, right? If you give this bit pattern. So after some time delay, what you have to do, you have to activate the B winding and deactivate this 8 winding, right? This B is connected to the port 0 sixth pin means, so that's why the port 0 fifth pin is this one and sixth pin is this one, right? Now what we have to do is we have to make 0010 here, so that the fifth pin is deactivating and the sixth pin is activating, right? So that's why 0010 we have to give there, right? 0001 means 1, 0010 means 2 now. Now again you have to activate the C winding means C winding is connected to the port 7th pin. So 0100, 0100 means here 4, right? In actual hexadecimal value, right? So like that, what we are giving is for these ports, first we will give 1, right? So A winding is activated. After some time delay, I am giving 2. 2 means 0100. B winding is activating. After some time delay, I am giving 4. 4 means 0010. C winding is activating. Right. After some time delay, what we have to do? We have to activate this D winding means 0001 means that is 8 we are giving here in this place. So these are the statements you are going to keep in the actual program. So now see this program. This is a program for rotating in the clockwise direction, right? Right. So for that one, what we are doing is we are defining one motor variable which stores 32 ones in this motor variable, right? So we can use this motor here actually. So I am defining one function, delay function, and we have written the definition of this delay function here. So we'll see that one. And this we have to write the program in embedded C language here. So int main, and this first line IODAR 0 is equal to motor indicates. Here motor means here 32 ones we have defined, right? So now IODAR 0 means, so this is specifying the direction of the port 0 pins. So the direction of the port 0 pins, now we have specified all ones, means that is the port 0 all pins are making as the output pins by using this one. And next one is IO clear 0. IO clear 0 is equal to all ones we have making, that is we are storing all ones in the clear register, that is the port 0 pins we are having low information. Why? Because clear is activating, right? Port 0 32 pins, total 32 pins having low values, right, by this statement. So at the very beginning the motor is not activating. Why? Because low information is passed through the pins of the motor. Now what we are doing, right? So first what I am doing here, I was set 0, that is a port 0. Port 0 here 1 indicates that it is fifth pin is 1 and the remaining 6, 7, 8 are all zeros. So here A winding is activated. After some time delay, what we are doing, we are deactivating that A. So why? Because I am clearing that fifth pin. Clearing the fifth pin means for the fifth pin we are passing 0, right? So that's why deactivating, and then what we are doing, we are again activating the second winding, that is B winding. B winding is connected to the port 0 sixth pin. Port 0 sixth means 0 0 1 0. 0 0 1 0 means here 2, right? That is B winding is activated. After some time delay we are activating the we are deactivating the B winding, and then we are activating the C winding. C winding is connected to the port 0 seventh pin. Seventh pin means 0 1 0 0. 0 1 0 0 means 4 here, right? So and after some time delay we are deactivating the C winding, and then we are activating the D winding again. After some time delay we are deactivating the D. So like this A B C D we are activating with some delays, and this is these statements are kept in the infinite loop while of 1. So that's why here the statements are continuously executed, A activating, B activating, C activating, and D activating. So like this continuously the motor will going to be rotating total clockwise direction 360 degrees, right? So now coming to the delay function here, here we are providing some delay here, I less than value, here delay of 20, here value means here 20, right? So that 20 less than 20 and J less than 25000. So based upon the motor specifications, we can vary this delay so that the motor can be rotated, right? So this is for clockwise. Now for anti-clockwise direction, right? For anti-clockwise direction, the program is 8. First, that is first we are activating the D winding, and then next 4 means we are activating the C winding. So next 2 means B winding, next A winding. That is D, C, B, A we are activating means the motor now is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, right? That is the program for interfacing the stepper motor. Now coming to the buzzer interface using LPC2148, right? See, on the board already we have seen that buzzer is already internally available, and also the switches are also internally available in the LPC2148. Now what we are doing is, when you press this switch, the uh, buzzer has to produce sound. When you release the switch, the buzzer has to stop the sound, right? So like that you have to interface, right? So but before that one you have to know this one, right? The buzzer in the board is connected to the port 0 10th pin. It is already connection is made here, so that's why here port 0 10th pin only you have to connect to the buzzer, right? So but previously for the stepper motor you can use any pins. Why? Because the stepper motor is connecting uh, to the from the outside to the processor, right? So those are not inside, that stepper motor is not lies on the board. That's why you can use any pins, but here it is already internally available, the buzzer, and it is connected to the port 0 10th pin only, right? And also the switch is connected to the switch 1 and switch 2 are there. The switch 2 is connected to the port 1 27th pin, right? So it is predefined, these connections are predefined. So that's why what we have to do to switch on this buzzer, we have to produce high to the port 0 10th pin. When switch off means you have to provide port 0 10th pin as low, right? So when I have to produce high here means whenever the switch is pressed, right? When our switch is pressed here, we have to produce high here. When the switch is released, we have to produce low here, right? So now the important point here to remember is the construction of the board structure is like this, right? So when the switch is off position, So plus 5 volts is connected to the port 1 27th pin. That is port 1 27th pin is in high position when switch is in off position. When you press the switch, that is when the switch is on, then what will happen is it is connected to the ground. Now 0 is going to be passing through P1 27th pin. That is the P1 27th pin is high. Well, that is switch is off, right? You have to produce here low 0. When P1 27, when switch is on, P1 27 is equal to 0. When switch is on, we have to produce here high, right? That is the important point, right? So now, so when switch is off, the buzzer has to off. When the switch is on, the buzzer is also, output is also on, right? So that is when switch is on, what you have to do, the buzzer output should be on, means the P0 10th pin you have to produce 1. How we are producing the P0 10th pin 1 means, right, by providing the IO pin 1. IO pin 1 means the P1 27th pin is low actually whenever the switch is on. So that 0 is AND operation with the 1 here. So this one is just I am taking here to provide this one, right? So when 0 and 1, it is equal to, not of 0 and 1 is equal to 1. So right. So that is when switch is on, the output P naught of 10, that is 1 here. This is P naught of 10, right? We are passing to this one, right? And the next one is when switch is off. Switch is off means here IO pin 1, that is the P1 27 pin is high actually. So this one is passed to here. So 1 and 1 is equal to 1 and not of 1 is equal to 0. That is we are passing 0 to the buzzer means the buzzer is in off condition, right? So with this basic logic, we'll write the program here. So at the very beginning, what we are doing is I am storing switch to variable some 27th pin as 1 here. See, I mean 1, I am left shift 27 times this one, that is stored in the switch 2, and in buzzer variable I am storing 10 times shift 1, right? 10 times shift 1, that is stored in the buzzer variable, right? And then now next thing is here, this is the left shift operator. See, why I am doing this one is the buzzer is connected to the actual the 10th pin of the port 0, you know that one, and the switch 2 is connected to the port 1 27th pin, right? So I want to use those things in the program, that's why I have defining like this. So IO direction 0 is equal to buzzer. So buzzer is already 10th pin is 1. So that's why the port 0 10th pin what we are making as the output pin by using this one. And IO clear 0 is equal to buzzer means here the 10th pin of the port 0 we are making as a clear. That is at the very starting the buzzer is off state. Now here what we are doing, right? In infinite loop, if IO pin 1 and SWT2, right? SWT2 is already defined as 1, right? And 1, and IO pin 1 is nothing but when switch is in off position, it is 5 volts, that is high. So when the switch is in off position, 1 and 1, 1 and 1 means 1, not of 1 is equal to 0. So this condition is false. So that's why the IO clear 0 is equal to buzzer executed, and hence the output is the buzzer is not producing any sound. When the switch is on, means the IO pin 1 becomes 0. So 0 and 1 becomes, so this is 0, not of 0 is equal to 1. Now the statement is 2. Now it is going to be IO set 0 is equal to buzzer. Now what we are doing, the port 0 27th pin is making a set, that is high. Now the buzzer is going to be on, right? So that is while doing this experiment, first of all the switch 2 is in open condition, right? We have to remove the jumper of the switch 2, right? And the next thing, this is about the programming concepts. Now we'll see how to uh, write the embedded C program in the by using the Keel software, and then we'll see how to implement on the LPC2148 board. So for that one, I am taking here new microvision project. So new microvision project here. So here I am using the ST as a project name, and I am storing on the desktop here. So new project, here I have to select the device name, right? So I am going to select here, so NXP, in this NXP is the vendor, right? So LPC2148 is the actual board we are using, so that's why we have to select here LPC2148 board here. So in this LPC2148 we are going to select and click on OK here. So here the startup file is very important for this interfacing experiment, so click on yes here. So it is already exists, so overwrite, right? So now here the project is created. Now we have to create one new source file here, right? File, new source file here, right, to write the program here. So already the program is available here, so that's why I'm just copying this program. So delay function also we are going to use. So this is the program for clockwise direction. So now click on save here. So desktop, so this is the embedded C program, so that's why we have to store or save with the .c extension, right? So whenever you, after saving this one, you can observe here the colors are changed here. Now this is the program which is stored in st.c, right? After saving this one, you have to add this source file to the project, right? So that is the next step. So how to add that one, right? See, so click on this, right click here on source group, right? Add existing files to the group source. On the desktop we have write that one as st.c. So click on add, so click close. So we can see here whether it is added or not by expanding this one. So here startup file is there and st.c file is there. So now it is added to the project. So after that one, what you are doing, we are going to build. So here 0 errors and 0 warnings are there, right? Now what we have to do, we have to dump the program in the kit and you have to observe that the motor is rotating or not, right? But here the point here is we are not dumping the .c file. Here you have to dump the .hexa file, right? So first you have to generate the or create the hex file from using this .c file. How to do that one is, so right click on this target, options for target, right? So output, so you can put tick mark here so that hexa file is created. So what is the hexa file of that name is, so I am giving SSS. So what is the name here we are giving, that is hexa file is stored with that name, right? And also we have to select here linker also, you have to put tick mark this one also. So these are the basic settings. Click on OK here. So if you see here no hexa file is created previously. If you build here, now hexa file is created, right? Create hexa file is created now, right? So where the hexa file is stored is where the program location is, so there the hexa file is already stored, right? So now after hexa file is stored, what we are doing is we have to dump the program into the kit. So for that one we require the FlashMagick software. So that is, so click on FlashMagick here. So here FlashMagick software or tool here, so double click on the FlashMagick. So this is the FlashMagick. So here you have to select the device name LPC2148. So you can select that LPC2148 right. So you can select the LPC2148 here, and then you have to select the COM port here. So COM1 or COM2. So how to select this COM port means going to the here device manager. So open the device manager so that you can know here ports. So here COM1 is there. So for this system it is COM1. So for the CPUs it may be changes. So that's why first we have to select see here in the device manager, and you have to select that COM1 here. After that one, baud rate is same here, interface none, okay, and oscillator frequency some 12 megahertz you can give here. And now here the hexa file you have to give, whatever the hexa file you want to dump into the program. So browse hexa file. So where I have stored the program in the desktop, so sss.hex. So open. So when after giving this hexa file, click on start. So if you click on the start, automatically the program will be dumped into the kit. Remember the point, while dumping the program in the kit, the switch is in the program mode. After dumping, press the reset and move the button to the run mode. You can see the output, right? Thank you. And also